Report.ca. I'm with my friend and my new IT professional Hisham from Egypt. We're going to now discuss, from a Canadian Muslim's viewpoint, Iqra Khalid's motion M103. And to remind my audience out there, M103 is the motion brought forth that's going to essentially make the criticism of Islam illegal. And that is something that we can't have in this country, at least something that we should not have in this country, because every faith already has the same laws protecting them. So we discovered together that you did not know about M103.
No.
Our media doesn't do a very good job of educating the public. I've explained to you what M103 is. Do you think that we need an anti-Islamophobia law, considering that we haven't even defined what it means?
I need to know first what it is in order to see whether we need it or not, right? That's what I'm saying.
Well, essentially, what she said here is that we should not be allowed to criticize Islam. Now, she did say very minorly that it's all religions, but she's very adamant on making sure that Islamophobia is the last word she says in every sentence.
I'm all for not criticizing any religion or faith. Let's put it that way. But definitely, I mean, for, let's say, something like stand-up comedians or stuff, I can't stop people from making jokes about anything in the world, right?
Right.
So this is what it is. But I'm definitely all for not criticizing like any faith, because sometimes criticizing in a formal situation will create this phobia thing that you've just mentioned.
Right, but you're telling me that you don't want people criticizing any faith.
That's right.
But not specifically Islam.
No, definitely. Because I have nothing, I cannot, as a person, assess any other religion or assess any other faith, right? And the other thing is, what does it mean to me whether you are a Muslim or like a Christian or an atheist? What does this mean to me?
Well, it shouldn't mean anything to you.
And it shouldn't make any difference to me dealing with you.
Well, it shouldn't.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Obviously it doesn't. I mean, I'm a huge outspoken individual, and people out there, everybody in the country, of course, who's on what we'll call the left wing of the media, will accuse me of being an Islamophobe and a xenophobe and a racist and so on. And how do I get people to understand that I'm not? I don't care about your religion. I care about your ideology.
That's right.
And
I agree.
If your ideology is peace, love, and happiness, then
this is
what's the issue?
And this is what the ideology of all faiths and religions, by the way. That's it.
It's supposed to be. I've often said if a religion's not based on love, it's phony.
Yeah.
And we do have issues here with ISIS that's utilizing the Quran and reading it exactly word for word for their own gain.
Okay, ISIS are not Muslims. Period.
Let's talk about that
very
quickly.
Period. Okay? I mean,
yeah.
I insist on this. ISIS are not Muslims. Okay? What they do and what they practice and what they have ideas of, they are completely away from the religion. Okay? Because there is no forcement in Islam. There is no forcement in Islam. There has never been any forcement in the real Islam. Okay? When Islam came, they left everybody as is. And there is a statement in Quran says, if you want to believe, welcome. If you don't want to believe, welcome as well. That's a translation of what's in the Quran. So I cannot force you to follow any religion, specifically Islam.
ISIS thinks different, and you're saying that according to you that they're not, and I guess according to anybody who's peace loving, they're not. So then let me ask you this then, getting back to what Iqra Khalid is saying about Islamophobia, have you ever experienced Islamophobia since 1998 living in Canada?
No.
So no one's ever kicked you out of a car for being a Muslim?
No.
No one's ever kicked you out of their house?
No, never.
No one's ever fired you from a job because you're Muslim?
No.
No one's ever punched you in the face?
No.
Because you're So Iqra Khalid's claim that 1 million Muslims in Canada a day experience Islamophobia.
No, this is exaggeration for sure.
Yeah.
No, it can be. That definitely, without even knowing anything about this lady, definitely this is not true, for sure.
Would you say that you know a lot of Canadian Muslims?
Of course I do.
How many of them have experienced a punch in the face just because they're Muslim?
I don't know any.
None. Yeah.
I don't know any.
How about their cars lit on fire or their their houses trashed?
No. It's only the mishaps that I heard over the news.
Right.
I definitely am all against all these things like burning mosques and putting all these signs outside the mosques. Those are really bad. But those things have been done by other radicalists from other religions and beliefs, right?
Of course.
That's it. That's what I'm against. I'm against being a radicalist in any ethnic group. That's what I'm against.
Which is fantastic.
That's right.
So I got to recap this. I got to make sure that Iqra Khalid is paying attention to this. You've been a Muslim in Canada for just about 20 years. You're wearing a great suit. You got a better tie than I own. You got a great car out there. You got a wonderful son. And you've never experienced Islamophobia.
No.
Not once.
No.
I didn't stage this, by the way. This gentleman here is telling you the truth. He didn't know what I was asking. So then what do we as the Canadian public tell Iqra Khalid and tell Justin Trudeau, who's jumped on her bandwagon? He's taken over this bill now and he's making it his own baby. And they're telling us that millions of Muslims every day experience this and we have to stop it. But it's not happening. So what is she stopping?
I have no idea, to be honest. I have no idea.
Well, what do we tell her? What should we tell her? You're a Muslim Canadian. What do we tell Iqra Khalid?
It's better actually to leave this country alone, because I feel much safer here in Canada, okay? And I think we do have enough laws to protect the ethnicity and the difference that we all came from our own countries. We don't need any more laws, right?
Perfectly said. We don't need any more laws. And look, I mean, my father tells me stories. He came from Belfast, Ireland, and he did that in the 50s. And he tells me stories about him being beat up and kicked and punched and spit on because the Irish were essentially the white slaves of the world. But you ask an Irishman now, who comes to Canada now, have you ever been kicked or punched or slapped because you're Irish? No, it doesn't happen. No, it is a peaceful, happy country.
That's it.
I'm happy to be here.
And I wanted to keep it that way. I wanted to keep it that way.
So how do we keep it that way? How do we, as we'll say a Catholic atheist, what do you call that? I'm a cultural Christian. You know, I'm the Easter guy. I'm the Christmas guy. I take days off during Christian holidays. And I go to church once in a while to hang out with people and so on. So how do I and a Muslim man, how do we together convince our politicians that there's no problem to focus on creating jobs and bettering the economy and forget this religious bill stuff, these laws?
I think the main thing is, if they want to strengthen any laws or regulations, they want to actually strike hard on all hatred crimes, period. So I want to strike hard on hatred crimes. I won't allow those hatred crimes to be done just easily. Like people that will have signs outside mosques or have signs against maybe Jews sometimes, about outside Jews' temples and stuff. All these hatred crimes we have to strike hard on.
Right. And I agree with that. And what I find interesting is that Iqra Khalid's government, the Liberal government, when there's a number of imams that have been caught on camera spewing hatred about Jews, they're very afraid to prosecute. So they don't. So the imams get away with it. Now, what are your thoughts on imams spreading hate?
Same thing. Same thing. I want to strike hard on everybody, every individual from any ethnic group that will spread out hatred.
I couldn't agree more.
Okay.
You know, I could not, and it's so pleasant to hear that. But my fear is that Iqra Khalid and Justin Trudeau and Bonnie Crombie and Kathleen Wynne are not listening to that message right there. It's the perfect message. What you said is perfect.
Because this doesn't help us. What helps us is to actually elaborate. I mean, to make it bigger punishment, rather than just a simple punishment or whatever. No, a bigger punishment for all hatred crimes. If you're caught, even talking on the video or something, trying to spread hatred against any ethnic, religion or group or whatever, okay, you have to be punished hard.
And I
No
agree with
mercy
that.
on this. No mercy on
No
this.
mercy. So we can have open discussion. We can have open questions.
Definitely.
We can have open criticisms, but rebuttals on the criticism. We can have seminars where someone might say that they don't like a certain religion, but it's done in a respectful way. All that's okay, but hatred is not.
Definitely. Definitely.
I couldn't be.
And hatred actions as well.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yes.
The action of burning down a mosque or spray painting synagogues, which happens in Mississauga all the time.
That's right.
Now I'll ask one last question on that, because I do know that in Mississauga the synagogues get hit a lot with eggs and black spray paint, and usually someone will paint a swastika on the outside. With the crimes being committed against the synagogues, why do you think our media only reports when a mosque gets burned down? They don't report on the synagogues. It's strange.
I have no idea, to be honest.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on it, though? Should our media be reporting on everything?
Definitely. Definitely. They have actually to show it more clearly that hatred is not allowed in this country. Period.
So why do you think, now I'll ask the last question here, why do you think that the liberal media is just so eager to make Muslims happy and everybody else miserable?
Oh, I don't know. I don't understand this.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Of course not.
Oh, good, because I don't either.
No. I don't like this, and I'm against all hatred crimes.
I hear you. Well, that's it for now. I hope all of you have learned something here today. Again, Hisham's information, if you require IT assistance within the Mississauga, Milton, Oakville, Burlington, Toronto area, this is the guy. He's going to fix you up. It'll all be below in the annotations. Give him a call. I'm Kevin J. Johnston. Thank you very much for joining us today. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
freedomreport.ca.